guys, this is Ranz from Open Fire Gaming. I'm going to talk to you all about Empire Total War. I'm going to go through the aspects of the game and let you know if it's worth your money. Is this game good enough to appease the masses, or will it start a revolution of its own? Let's find out, shall we? Empire Total War is a real-time strategy game that requires you to build up your armies, resources, and gain new allies to conquer the world. Empire Total War is different from other Total War games in that it has more to do in the Americas, and now you can even control territory in India. Empire Total War has some new interesting features. Some are boring, but some are good. For example, trading posts in different parts of the world. If you can see in the video, you can go to different areas in the world, and you could set up trading posts. This is where you can gain more resources, and it helps you build up your empire. And there's sea battles, which I'll get more into detail later. There's another feature which I don't like, and I'm showing you right now in the video, where if in one major region, you have the main city, and then you have little other territories, like little farms and little small towns. I don't like this because, it's a lot more resources you have to do. I like it when it's all just in the main city, and you have to also defend it. You're attacked a lot more easier, and it's just, I like simplicity. I like the older games. This is a feature I don't really like, Empire Total War, but I'm not talking about my dislikes. I'm just trying to go right through the review. So the concept of Empire Total War is build up your nation's strength by using conquest, diplomacy, and betrayal. You need to build up your armies and cities. You have to build and fortify your cities, and talk and have diplomatic discussions with other nations on the campaign map. And then use those armies that you've created on the campaign map to attack enemy armies and cities in the battle map. This is where it strays away from other types of RTS games, since you can only use in battle what you have in the beginning. For example, if I went to battle with one unit of infantry, I can only use that unit the entire battle. This makes it more interesting and stands out from other traditional RTS games. Because of this, you need to think ahead of what you want to build and recruit. You can't really do it last minute and think you're going to become successful. Once you've won the battles and conquered the cities, you'll gain more resources because you have more citizens to tax, and this will improve your city. You can now fortify, build new technologies, and then this will eventually allow you to build up an empire. And now that you have an empire, you'll be able to take over 3 continents and eventually take control of the entire world. So in Empire Total War, there's two game modes: the campaign mode and the Road to Independence. The campaign mode is something everyone's known if they played a Total War game. You start off as a nation. It's particularly weak, usually. You build up your resources, you build up your armies, you fortify your cities, and then you attack. And you conquer nearby territories and conquer territories from far away, and you try to build up your empire and win the game. There's short campaign, which is like 25 regions depending on the nation, or 15, and then there's the long game where you have to conquer like 50 nations or 30 depending on the nation. And this is basically what the main campaign is. You just conquer, build up, and fight. That's it. It hasn't really changed much. There has been new features, but it hasn't really changed from the other Total War games. Road to Independence is a new feature. It's not really a new feature, but it's a new game mode that's just for Empire Total War. You start off as England in the 1750s or 60s, and you're part of 13 colonies. You have to try to gain ground from the French and the natives who have allied themselves together and have attacked you in the 13 colonies. Once you've beaten them back, you start to realize that the British government isn't really doing what they have to, what they should, and they're not really being fair to you. So then you attack Bunker Hill. You're on Bunker Hill. You're known as Americans, and you have officially revolted. Once you have beaten that or have lost it, it doesn't matter. Either it still ends in the same result. You start off as you have one region, and you're American, and now you have to conquer the 13 regions and eventually kick out Britain from North America. And then once you've done this, you have won the revolution. You've won the Road to Independence, and that's basically the 2 campaigns put together. You just have to command and conquer, pretty much. Alright, so there's 3 types of battles in Empire Total War. There's land battle, sea battle, and siege battles. Now, they're all affected by morale. if any of your troops have morale issues, have low morale, don't use them on better infantry than them. They will lose morale very easily, and then they will break. They will surrender. They'll leave, and then it decreases your chances of winning. So that's used in all three different types of battles, and the morale of the game really decides the outcome of the winner. Land battles, depending on what environment you choose or what environment you fight in, depending on like in the campaign map or in the custom battles, it could be rocky, hilly, mountainous, or it could just be flat terrain. It could be jungly, have lots of forests. There could be rivers or anything. It really depends on where you choose. And basically it's last man standing. Whoever's left wins. Sea battles, it's still the same concept. Last man standing wins. There's sea. This is a little different. You require wind to move fast, and if the wind's going in your direction, the enemy will move a lot faster than you. This is also a deciding factor. This is just like morale, but morale still plays a big part in sea battles, and it follows the same thing. Last man standing wins. Siege battles. Siege battles is a little different because it's not really last man standing, although it is. It's whoever can capture the fortress. You have a defender and attacker. The defender can still be alive and well, but as long as the attacker holds on to the middle part, the town square as they call it, if they have control of that part for like 2 minutes or a minute and 30 seconds, and they win. The defenders have to defend. Obviously, they have a fort. They defend up top, and the attackers try to breach the defenses and try to either eliminate all of the enemy or capture the town square. Defenders have to try to have to defeat all the enemy and defend their fortress, and that's basically what it is for a siege battle. The graphics are just insane for Empire Total War. You could see the details of the ships and the sea battles just perfectly. The fortifications of the fortress and the siege battles are just insanely detailed, and the soldiers themselves are crafted beyond belief. There's several different faces, the renders, it just blew my mind. The wind is actually affecting the grass and the tree and the leaves in the trees. It's like, oh my gosh, how did you guys able to do this? It's sometimes better than some of the CGI movies I've seen. All I can say is, good job, Creative Assembly. Good job, you've created one stunning looking game. And that's all I have to say for the graphics. It's perfect. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and score Empire Total War. Concept, I gave a 7. They did some improvements, but I didn't like some of the improvements, like the towns and the farms, so that's why it got a 7 for me. Narrative, it didn't really add anything new, other than the Road Independence game mode. I didn't see anything new other than more continents, so I gave the narrative, the story, a 7 also. Combat, I gave an 8. I like it. I like the combat. There's some flaws, some bugs, but hey, what can you do? It's still a game. You can't do anything about it. Graphics, I gave a 9. Only reason I didn't give a 10 was because of the cities where you do the siege battles. There's not enough content in it. In the older games, there were dozens of buildings. Here, there's like 3 or 4. So that's why I got a 9 out of 10. And that's it for this Empire Total War review. I'm going to add up my scores. I'm going to average it, and and all in all, this is a good game you should buy. If you never tried a Total War game, this is time to start. And if you have Total War game, this is a good one to your current library. All right, that's it for now.